Jestina Mukoko became a household name in Zimbabwe back in the 1980s and 90s when she was a radio and television newsreader on the state-owned Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation. Jestina hit the news headlines herself in December of 2008 after she was abducted in an early morning raid on her home in the town of Norton, 40 kilometers west of Harare. She disappeared for 3 weeks amid fears that she had been killed. An estimated 400 people, according to human rights organizations, were killed during the political crisis surrounding the controversial re-election of President Robert Gabriel Mugabe in June of 2008. Zimbabwe Times Managing Editor Geoff Nyarota talks to Jestina at length in a first on-camera interview since her ordeal. He started by asking her what actually happened the fateful morning when she was abducted.
My son came and said, "Mama, there are visitors at the gate." And my immediate response was, how can somebody come and visit me so early? And immediately after that, he left. And I was about to ignore the issue of the visitors who were at the gate. And then in no time, he had come back again into my bedroom and said, "Mama, the visitors at the gate are actually police officers." I said, "What? Police officers?" I then woke up, took my gown from behind the door, and walked towards my kitchen. Little did I know that my gardener had already opened the gate. And because I had gone to find out what these people really wanted. And in no time, somebody was already asking if I was Jestina Mukoko. I immediately said yes. I knew I had not committed a crime. And if these were police officers, I was going to talk to them about whatever they had come for. And when I said, "Yes, I'm Jestina Mukoko," one of them held my right hand and the other one my left hand. I then said, "I am not dressed. Can you give me an opportunity to dress?" And they said they had no time. I think my immediate count that I did of the people that came into the house, it must have been 6 men and 1 woman. And they led me out of the house. I was barefoot. I didn't have my spectacles. I also did not have undergarments. And that's how I usually sleep if I want to be really comfortable. And so there I was, they led me out of the gate. And one of them continued to say, "Take the clipboard out of the boot so that we show her the matter for which we have come for her." So when we got to the car, it was a silver Mazda Familia. I was told to get into the back. One of the guys had already gone round the car, and one was coming behind me in the back.
At the time that you were abducted from your home in Norton, was anyone else present in your home apart from your son?
Apart from my son, there was also a 6-year-old nephew of mine in the house, and my 2 domestic helpers, the maid and the gardener. Those were the people that I was with at home.
After they bundled you into their vehicle and were driving you away from your home, what did they say, or what did they do to you, Jestina?
On the way, there was no communication at all. It was just this loud, really loud music, and no one was talking to me in the car. It was like they were really having fun. They were laughing, but not really speaking in any words. Because immediately as I got into the car, I was told to lie low, and my head landed on the lap of the man who was on my right. and saw the car just reversed from my gate, and they drove at high speed with high...
Did they blindfold you?
Not at that particular moment. So my head was down, but I could also tell that as I was taking my head down, I saw that there was a rifle that was on the floor of the car.
Do you have any idea of how long the journey from your home to your final destination, wherever it was, took?
I would say the journey took between 30 and 40 minutes. And for me, I thought that probably that took us to Harare. I know before the car stopped, the woman said to the driver, how far are we to Mutare? I think probably she wanted me to think that they were taking me to Mutare or something. But there was a time when I recognized that they were communicating with their eyes. And I then concluded that I think they were telling each other that we are about to get to the destination. You need to blindfold her. And a jersey came over my face, and it really came down up to my mouth and my nose.
So you were blindfolded?
Yes. I couldn't breathe. I then called out to say, I can't breathe. And then the guy in the back eased this woolen thing and just left it on the ice.
Can you describe the conditions under which you were incarcerated up to the day when you were first brought to court on December 24?
When the car parked, I was led out of the car and pushed into some room. And they then changed the blindfold from the woolen item to something else. And I was told to sit on the floor. And immediately the door was locked. And I could tell that there were some voices outside. And then after about, it could have been an hour, a woman and a man knocked at the door. Somehow the blindfold was not really tight, and I could see their feet. And I could see that the one set of feet belonged to a woman and the other one belonged to a man. And the woman just passed a greeting.
To you?
Yes, and I responded. And then the door was closed again. And then after about another hour, the woman came back with the other woman who had come to my house. They asked me to remove the blindfold, which I did. And then one of them was holding a plastic container. And they then said, can you take off your night dress and put on this dress, which they took out of the plastic bag.